Hi, Virginia. What brings you in today?
I'm really worried. I got a letter from Social Security telling me that they're going to take money from my SSI check starting next month.
I wonder why Social Security is doing it. Do you have the letter with you?
Yes, I have it right here. It says I have an overpayment and owe them $2,400. I don't have that kind of money.
This is a notice of overpayment. Social Security says they were sending you too much money. You could have an overpayment for a lot of reasons. Maybe you forgot to report income, or there was a change in your household. Let's see what the letter says.
It says that I was over the resource limit for a few months from June to September. What's a resource limit?
Social Security has a limit on how many resources or valuable things you can own and still get SSI. Resources are things like cash, bank accounts, and land. If you have too many valuable things, you won't even qualify for SSI to begin with. If you get too many valuable things after you start getting SSI, Social Security will want you to pay back some of the money they gave you.
My mom gave me some money for my birthday in May and I put it in the bank. I didn't really do anything with it until September. I didn't know I couldn't keep that much money in my bank account. Or maybe I just forgot. I had a brain injury last year and sometimes I forget things.
It's okay. Now that you know about the resource limit, there are a couple of things you can do. So let's talk about your options. One thing you can do is ask for reconsideration. This means that you want Social Security to look at your file again because you think it may be wrong. You have to ask for reconsideration in writing within 60 days of getting the overpayment letter. There's a form that you can get at Social Security. If you fill out the form within 30 days of getting the letter, they won't take money out of your SSI check until they make a decision. If you ask for reconsideration, you have to decide how you want the case to be handled. You can ask for a case review, an informal conference, or a formal conference. A case review means a Social Security worker will look at your file again and make a decision about whether you have to pay back the money Social Security says you owe. An informal conference is when you meet with someone to go over your file. You'll have a chance to give them new information and explain what happened. Then, that person will make a decision about whether you have to pay back the money Social Security says you owe. A formal conference is more like a court hearing. You'll present your case, and you can even bring witnesses with you.
Well, that sounds like a lot. I don't know if I could do that on my own. Is there anything else I can do?
You could ask for a waiver, which is a form you file with Social Security asking them to not make you pay back the money.
That sounds good to me.
If you decide to ask for a waiver, you'll have to show on the form that the overpayment was not your fault. So, you might say that you have a hard time remembering or understanding directions, that you have trouble reading, or that you were not told about the rules. There is no time limit on when you can ask for a waiver.
Well, I do have trouble remembering and understanding things. I had a brain injury a couple years ago. Maybe Social Security did tell me that rule about how much I can have in my bank account, but I really don't remember.
That would be a good thing to put on your waiver request. They already know about your brain injury since that's the reason you're getting SSI. You can also put on the waiver form that you are getting SSI and it would be a financial hardship to pay the money back.
What should I do if Social Security says I can't get the waiver?
Because you get SSI, you can ask for reconsideration, like we talked about. You have to ask for reconsideration in writing within 60 days of being denied the waiver. If you ask for it within 30 days, Social Security cannot start taking money from your SSI check until a decision is made.
Okay, so I may still have to go to one of those meetings, but I'm nervous about those. What happens if I mess something up and still get denied?
If you don't get the waiver or the reconsideration, there are other things you can do. There is an appeals process, but it can be confusing, so you should talk to a lawyer. You should call legal aid to see if they can help you. Actually, you can do that now since you just got your letter.
But what if I lose and there's nothing more I can do? Will Social Security take my whole SSI check?
No, Social Security cannot take your whole SSI check. The most they can take each month is 10% of your SSI check. You can also ask to set up a payment plan with them and pay back a little each month. You'll probably have to pay at least $10 each month, and Social Security usually wants to get the money back within 3 years.
You've really given me a lot to think about.
It is a lot. Remember, you can get all the forms from Social Security. You should also think about calling legal aid to see if they can help.